Alright, so we just got back from our trip to Knoebels Amusement Park in Elysburg, Pennsylvania, and I thought it was a pretty cool little park.
Yeah, good value. It had an interesting location. You're driving through the hills of Pennsylvania, just driving down the highway, and then it's just there amongst the hills.
Yeah.
The parking lot is just a grass field. Very informal, unstructured. You just kind of walk around. It's like mixing. There's a campground attached to it. It's very different from like Disney and Six Flags.
Yeah,
it has like a main gate.
Like
and
you think you're walking just down the street, and all of a sudden it's just the park.
Campsite, roller coaster, literally 20 feet away. But that's kind of cool. It makes it feel different. It is very scenic too. You're in the forest pretty much. So the pricing was different too. You don't have the normal pay $50 and you get in and ride whatever you want. You pay based on what you ride. Like we bought $20.
It was a
ticket book.
Yeah, it was a ticket book, and they had like $1 tickets, 50-cent tickets, 25-cent tickets, and the rides, the most expensive one was $4.
All of them were $3 and $2.50 that we did. We rode everything we wanted to ride. I think we each used $17 before he lost his ticket book, so the other $3 was gone. But still, that's great value.
Oh yeah.
When at like a Six Flags, you're paying what, $60 to get in. At Disney, you're paying $120 to get in. I mean, you can really get a lot of good value out of that.
Free parking too.
Free to park, come and go as you please. You could bring your own food. You could leave, get food,
You can bring
come
your
back.
own pets. You can bring dogs.
You can bring
dogs
pets.
everywhere.
But it had, all the normal stuff that your standard theme park has. It had all the carnival games. It had all the rides that go in a circle and spin, like 40 of those.
The ones that sit at your school picnics.
Yeah, tons of rides like that. It had a log flume, Ferris wheel, helicopters, paratroopers, kiddie boats, bumper cars, all of the standard going in circles rides that you would expect. There was like 1,000 gift shops, but nothing really worth buying anything. There's a lot of little trinkets. We are definitely merch hunters, but no merch worth hunting there, unfortunately. They do have, not a water park, but a water section too. It just wasn't open yet, but it has a pool and a water slide that looked pretty good. So the rides that we went on. First, we did the Black Diamond, which was a dark ride going through a mine. Better than I expected.
It kind of reminded me of the flooded mine in Silver Dollar City. Beside it being a track thing instead of a boat that you float in, but a lot of the scenes kind of were similar with like the water falling down and like the dummies.
Yeah.
Kind of going back and forth.
It was a lot more impressive than I thought it would be, honestly. I was worried we were going to get there and it was going to be like the kind of rides you ride on a sketchy boardwalk. Like,
I was just going to say.
But it was well done. It kind of had a loosely based story. Which I think it's important to have stories in rides, but I was impressed it was what, $250 to ride?
I was content.
Yeah, I was content. And it was entertaining. It wasn't scary, it wasn't thrilling, but it was entertaining.
Speaking of scary,
speaking of
haunted house,
the Haunted Mansion, which as a Disney loyalist, I do have a small problem with them using the name, but I'll let it slide this once. But that was basically just jump scare. Just
the thing that got me
being bombarded.
There were two things that got me the most. The first thing was just going through the doors that were black that you couldn't see.
Yeah, you couldn't see anything.
Just smacking the front. That got me, and then the thing with the horn and the light that just popped out of absolutely nowhere. That got me pretty.
It was basically just constant jump scares coming at you from every angle, and it was just disorienting.
Yeah.
And that was part of it. It was like genuine fear. Am I in actual danger? Because there's just so much happening. We paid $250 for that, and I was completely fine with that price. We did the two wooden roller coasters, the Twister and the Phoenix. Both of them were about what you expect from a wooden roller coaster. Terrifying.
Like, is this gonna jump off the track?
Yeah, more actual danger. Especially on the Phoenix, because I had about this much room between me and the lap bar. So when we went over hill, I was actually like coming up off the seat, slamming my knees into the rail. So the genuine fear does add to the experience, I would say. I don't remember Twister. It was a wooden roller coaster.
Yeah.
There's nothing like special about it. Then the steel roller coaster.
Oh man, Impulse. I'd never ridden a roller coaster like that before, ever. It reminded me of these Connects roller coasters that I've seen where you're just going up the hill at a straight up.
Yeah, it's a straight vertical incline.
I didn't think they made
like the Rip Ride Rocket at Universal, but you Florida people. You straight up, but the Rip Ride Rocket, I don't think it goes straight down. This one went straight up and then had a free fall straight down to start. And it was so smooth. It was such a smooth ride.
Mm-hmm.
The ride was almost silent, which was
unreal. I've never been on a ride that silent before.
It has that slow motion corkscrew.
Oh man, that got me good.
That's
I was like,
it's a really impressive ride. That was probably the best ride there.
My knees were jello from the first drop.
You can't prepare yourself for going straight down. That was probably the only ride that was like top of the line, state of the art, top notch ride. Very impressive, and only $3. The bobsled coaster, we were in line for 20 minutes, and then it rained and it closed it for 40, and then we were in line for another 15.
I've never been on one before ever.
In the world.
And I was in the front, and it was like really cool.
So now on to the food, which actually was probably the most impressive part of the park.
Yes.
Because there's just so many options, like any type of food you can think of. And there's stands everywhere. 20 to 30 different places you can get food. Mexican, American, Southern, Italian, Polish, barbecue, pizza, anything and everything you could want. And it was actually really well done and cheap.
Yeah, it was so cheap. I couldn't believe it. That's why we got so many things, was because it was worth it.
First thing we had the alligator bites, the sweet potato fries, and the apple crispitos.
All right, so we got some alligator bite, real alligator, the real deal. Don't know what kind of sauce this is, but in my experience, any orange sauce is good. We got some sweet potato waffle fries with caramel sauce, with some sea salt, fried apple burritos, stuffed with apples, fried up, cinnamon sugar, caramel sauce on top. Nick, what are you digging into first?
I'm gonna go sweet, savory sweet. Nice heaping amount of caramel. Oh yeah.
And the verdict? Good stuff. Pretty straightforward.
I've never had caramel and sweet potato before. I usually have like maple or marshmallow or something. It's actually really good. I like the salt with it too. The mystical orange sauce. Cajun chipotle thing. It's really good.
Really?
Spicy.
It feels really rubbery. But I've had gator before, and that's how it was.
I think it's pretty good.
The sauce is really good.
Yeah.
The texture,
It's a
like
little.
fish.
Yeah.
I'm really impressed by the theme park with the quality.
Yeah. Yeah, that was really good.
Apple crispito.
Tastes like a caramel empanada from Taco Bell.
So I know I said that the alligator bites were really good while I was eating them, but the more I ate them and the more I got to think about it, the more impressed I was with how good these were. They were so tender, so well seasoned. I couldn't believe that this was not only theme park fast food, but cheap theme park fast food. And it was one of the best things I've ever eaten in a theme park, honestly.
If I would have got those at a restaurant, I would have been ecstatic. The apple crispito tasted just like the caramel apple empanadas at Taco Bell. So if you like those, you'll love these.
Yeah, and I'm not usually like a apple dessert guy, but it was actually really good. Same with the sweet potato. I don't normally like sweet potato, but they had sea salt on top of it, and that really made it good. The alligator bites were $7, apple crispitos were $4, and the sweet potato $5.
This is the actual Philly, or Pennsylvania, it's close enough. Get the cheesesteak. I'm getting the cheesesteak.
I got a Philly cheesesteak. This was my first ever true Philly cheesesteak. Like, it had the cheese whiz and everything, and wow. I love
a big size
cheesesteaks, and yeah, it was a really good size, and I think it was $7 worth it. I would have like 10 of those.
And I had the Memphis pork sundae, which was sweet cornbread with pulled pork on top, Memphis barbecue sauce, shredded cheese, and sour cream. It was $5, and it was amazing. It was fantastic. That's really all I can say about it. Everything blended together amazingly. That's the kind of thing you would pay like $12 for at any other theme park. It was great. The only drawback from the food is that you do have to wait a while. we waited close to 15-20 minutes, but it was
In
during
the
lunch.
rush. It was the rush.
during the
So-
lunch rush, but we ordered, and then it was about 15 to 20 minute wait.
Yeah, but whenever we got our second round
Yeah, our
of
second
food, it
round
was
was quick.
just boom bam.
That's
It was done.
So yeah, overall, good park, solid park, especially if you're on a budget, because you can just do what you want and you only have to pay for what you want. You don't have to pay a huge amount and then be out of luck if you don't like it.
Yeah, and if you don't want to pay per ticket, they had full ride day bracelet.
Yeah,
things
you
or
can get it. You can
stamps.
get a stamp. I think it was like $30-$35 to
think
get a
so.
stamp, and you can ride things as much as you want. So then you could get even better value out of that.
and you can't lose your tickets.
Yes, and you can't lose your tickets. Added bonus right there. So yeah, I would say we would recommend this park, especially if you're on a budget. It's a good small town theme park. So thank you for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment down below if you have any small town theme parks that are your favorites that you like to go to.
And now for Today in Disney History. On May 30th, 1936, Disney released Through the Mirror, a Mickey Mouse cartoon based on Alice Through the Looking Glass.
Yeah! Until next time. This whole park was pretty much just me being like, this is okay.
Yeah, it's alright.
I'm alright.